Hey everybody, welcome back to Conscientious Omnivore. My name is Pal. Today I'm on a little outing with the whole family and my brother and his kids. It's pretty fun. They're showing us a place nearby in the woods where there are tons of edible mushrooms to be found. So you can see a whole bunch growing kind of all over the place. You can see them there and in here. And these are the Fenyőtinóru in Hungarian. Fenyőtinóru. I looked this up in English. It's got a Latin name that I found, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'll put it in the description. And these are edible. You do have to kind of peel them a little bit. You peel off this little bottom part until you get to this nice like yellow section here. This part kind of comes up. You don't eat this part. And then also from the top, you peel off this like top little skin, because it's kind of like slimy, I guess, and not a pleasant texture. It does make your skin turn nice and brown, which apparently takes a couple days to wash off, but they are tasty. I've had these before from my brother and his wife. And yeah, we're just picking a bunch and I'm gonna cook them up. I'll show them to you guys later. And just gonna get back to picking some more. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so we got all the ingredients prepped and cleaned and washed and all that stuff. I've got the mushrooms. I showed you guys how that little brown part comes off from the bottom. You're left with this nice like yellow, whitish kind of fleshy part. And I actually lost quite a bit of the mushrooms, more than I expected, because a lot of them had like little, you know, like little worms or whatever in there. I guess maggots, I'm not really sure what those are, but anyway, those tiny little worm-like things, and so I just kind of put those in the compost pile, so that's fine. This is what I was left with. I'm going to add some carrots and peppers and onions and make this into a nice little dish. I've got some rice and barley, yeah, equal parts rice, equal parts barley. I just rinsed that. I'm going to put that to boil, and what we'll do is chop up the onions and the peppers and the carrots. I'm going to start frying those up in my pan without any oil, so I'll do the no oil method. You guys have hopefully seen that in other videos I've done. If not, just check out some of the older ones. And yeah, let's get to you know, cooking these, and I'm gonna just wash the mushrooms really quick and chop those up afterward, and we'll get the rice and the barley on too. The onions and peppers are caramelizing nicely. I'm gonna add the chopped up carrots in a second, and then I'll do the garlic last. And meanwhile, the rice and barley is going in the back with a little bit of salt. Okay, so everything's going nicely here. I gotta add some little bit more water here. I just added the garlic. I'll add a little splash of water because it's starting to stick. But this is almost ready, so yeah, I'll just do a tiny bit of water, give this another stir, and then I'm gonna chop up the mushrooms to come in here next. And the rice and barley are going at a nice low simmer. So hopefully we should have timed this pretty much just right, and both will be done around the same time. I've just added the mushrooms now, giving it a good stir. It's starting to smell really nice. And I'm going to get the spices together now. I'm going to actually do probably a pretty simple, mostly like salt, paprika, and pepper kind of thing. Keep it very easy and simple today. And the rice is coming along too, getting to be pretty close to done. So yeah, let's get the spices together. The rice and barley are almost done, and I'm gonna let this go for a little while because I want more of the water to evaporate. But I've got my spices ready. They're ready to go over here. I just got a bunch of paprika, some ground caraway seeds, a bit of salt and pepper. That's it. I'm gonna keep it real simple today. So yeah, we'll see how that comes out, but I think it's gonna be pretty good. I'll just let it go for a little bit because I want some of this water to boil off. Okay, so the rice and barley are done. I'm going to set that to the side, and then this is looking pretty good now. So the excess water is boiled off. so I am going to add the spices and give it a good stir and just let it go for like a minute or two, and then it's pretty much done. So there we go, it's all set. I'm just putting it out to the side, and looks quite good. I do kind of regret that I didn't pick more mushrooms. In my family, I'm the only person who actually likes mushrooms, so I was like, oh, I don't want to pick too many, because then, you know, like I end up eating just like mushrooms for like days on end, which isn't really like a horrible thing, but I think usually like, you know, 1 or 2 days in a row for me of mushrooms is enough for a little while. But I did end up with less than I had intended when I kind of scoped out these ingredients, so I would probably like to have some more mushrooms in there. They kind of got lost in the mix of, you know, carrots and so there's like a little mushroom there and this guy over here. But anyway, it looks great. It smells really good. Next time I'll pick more mushrooms. Let's get this plated up here with the rice, and I'll give it a taste test and let you guys know how it came out. So there we go, guys. I just gave it a little taste test. It came out really good. I'm actually quite happy with this. And the mushrooms are very, very interesting. Unique texture. Not quite as chewy as I thought. They're actually pretty kind of soft, but very flavorful and very nice. That's kind of why I wanted to go with the basic seasonings on this one as well, because I just I wanted to make sure that I could actually get a sense for the mushroom itself. But yeah, so anyway, all in all, I think it came out really good. I wish I would have had more mushrooms, but the place that we picked the mushrooms is actually pretty close by to where we live, so I could easily go back and pick more for next time. And I think that's really just what I want to end with, is that you know, I think it's a great thing to forage for food, especially like in the fall time and in the springtime, when other kinds of you know, plants or fruits might not really be available yet, or it's already past their season. You can still find wonderful edible you know, plants to eat outside, and they can be paired with other things that store really well, like rice and grains and, you know, potatoes, or, you know, pasta or other kinds of starches. Any of the you know, root vegetables like potatoes or things like that would pair really well with you know, these mushrooms. And yeah, it just came out really good. I'm very happy. It was fun to go with the family. The kids really enjoyed it. They had fun like looking for the mushrooms and then kind of pointing out the nicest ones to get and all this kind of stuff. So it was still really fun, even though they don't like mushrooms themselves. It was still proving to be a really good activity for the family. And I think, you know, really that's kind of one of the things I'm enjoying right now about just not having to go to work every day, and being able to spend more time with the kids and doing stuff like this, you know, that I certainly wouldn't have really been able to make time for before. I'd love to learn more about mushrooms, because I think, you know, if anybody doesn't know, you should always be careful about any kind of wild mushrooms, unless you are absolutely certain that you know what you're getting. You know, don't eat them unless you have somebody kind of inspect them and you know, is an expert and knows for sure. My brother and his wife are quite knowledgeable. They've attended like courses and read quite a few books, and they've picked a lot of mushrooms with groups of other people who are kind of like long-time you know, mushroom foragers, or, you know, people who have you know, been around people like that for a long time. And also in Hungary here, when you find mushrooms, you can bring them with you to marketplaces, and you can get them inspected, so by an expert, and then you know, you feel confident that you're able to eat those and not get sick. So, you know, my brother knows this mushroom for quite a while now, and he definitely knows how to recognize it, so I feel, you know, safe eating this. And I've eaten them before from him as well, that he's given me some before. So yeah, just stay safe out there in case anybody you know, is looking for mushrooms. Make sure you go with somebody who knows what they're doing, and just be sure that what you're eating is what you think you're eating. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. I am really happy to see tons and tons of new people subscribing, so really happy to have you guys, and really appreciate the support. So thanks everybody, see you in the next one. Have a great one. Bye.